And tell us about how your experience has been so far with the remote learning this year.
So at first I was very nervous about the remote learning because I wasn't sure how things would go, but actually Jimmy improved a lot throughout the time of the remote learning. We used a lot of the tools that I received from here, as well as I used old-fashioned learning, like using coins, and we did do some Googling because I would even give him the same math question and I would do the same math question, and then we would compare where he went wrong and where I had the correct information, and it worked out really well.
Great. Okay. How was your experience with Teams?
It was okay. It wasn't bad. I feel like he did still get to do the interacting with other students, so it worked for him.
Okay. Do you have any thing you'd like to say about his teachers as far as working with him virtually?
His teachers were excellent. They were very helpful. They did take time out also to do a little bit of extensive time after class to work with students who were struggling as well. So it came out really well. He improved a lot.
The teachers helped a lot, and the sister class and what is in the school and getting and reading and write, and I do appreciate it, the way they're helping. Even when I have question, when I call them, they answer my phone. Even if they meeting, they keep it calling. Like when I call again, they call back to me and they ask me what is going on, and I explain whatever I needed, and they help me quick. But I do appreciate all the teachers helping myself.
I love using the resources from the demo lessons, and especially when we have our fourth grade PDs, it makes it so much easier because there's same teachers in your boat, and you're able to talk about communicating. And also, we had parents probably like 2 weeks ago, like answering questions in the chat too, or like unmuting themselves and answering too. So it makes you think that okay, if parents are listening and they're engaging with the kids too, I'm like, okay, so it's not too above their heads. The parents are understanding it. The kids are understanding it. Parents are knowing what's going on. So if the kids do have a question about Seesaw, now the parents are well aware. And I know one of the moms, we talked about it, and she was like, I like the visuals. She's like, because she's like, when we left off in March, she was like, I didn't honestly know how I could help my kid. And she's like, this year she sits and she looks at the lessons, and she's like, they make so much more sense. They're so much easier for the kids to jump back into the swing of things. And they like the fact that even if they're in person and they come home, they're a pod A kid and they're there Thursday, Friday, nothing changes. Everything is still visual. Everything is still being broken down by teachers. And now that they understand what Seesaw is and how I can throw in the WCNY links, even though I already taught the lesson, she likes that there's another person talking, there's another person going over the same things. And the kids were like, oh, Miss Green said it like this. That one's a little too hard, but I remember she broke it down like this. And I'm like, okay, well, if they remember I broke it down like this, I was like, that's fine. We can modify that. We can make adjustments as much as we can. And the biggest thing I told a lot of our parents this year is flexibility.